So, welcome to another episode of the Web Marketing Show. Today, we're very, very excited. We've got Dan Hollings on the show. So, welcome, Dan.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Dan. Dan, I was just having a chat with you before the show, and you've worked on a bunch of really exciting things. And for those of you that don't know Dan, which may be a bunch of you, because Dan's often one of these behind-the-scenes kind of guys. He's been involved with a lot of strategies for internet celebrities, talk show hosts, New York Times best-selling authors, noted teachers, world-renowned entrepreneurs. The list goes on and on. But one of the big projects, of course, that you're famous for, or maybe not so famous, but certainly were involved with, was a zero-cost budget, or a zero-budget big hit that was a $300 million launch. And, of course, we're talking about The Secret. And everybody's heard of The Secret, and you're the man behind that, Dan. So welcome to the show. We're really excited to have you here, obviously.
Hey, well, it's my pleasure, and hopefully we can share some ideas that people can use
Awesome.
with your own business.
So, Dan, I guess really tell us your story and how did you get involved with internet marketing, and what are you doing today, and how did you get there?
Wow, that's a long story. I'll kind of
We've got plenty of
time. I used to be a music instructor at the university level. Did that for many years and started looking around for ways to make more money than music teachers make, and stumbled upon the internet. It was coming along at the time, and so I just kind of buckled down, learned how to program, how to design, started playing around with marketing, and got pretty good at it. And then did a lot of projects, but one day a little movie came along by the name of The Secret. They reached out to me, and I decided to give it a shot, and we made history. It was literally one of the largest internet launches ever done. Did hundreds of millions of dollars, and I helped to set up that entire campaign, not only helping to build the website, but a lot of the back-end infrastructure as well, as far as customer support and fulfillment, and really, all of that. But that particular campaign, and what's so important is the fact that they had very little money to work with. And so they had lucked out when they brought me on board, because I'm a little bit of a cheapskate, and I had kind of learned how to do a lot of marketing without spending money. And we did that entire campaign on literally a zero budget. And it just goes to show that you can bring in a lot of money and have a successful campaign without actually spending money on all the tools and things that many people feel are necessary. There are free options that are out there, and I've specialized in that.
Awesome. So that's what you're here for, because obviously, business owners, CEOs, executives are sitting at home watching the show. As soon as you say the word zero cost, their eyes light up. I can see it all over the place. So zero cost marketing, and we're not bringing out a big launch like The Secret, and we're probably not needing to make $300 million. But as a business owner, what kind of tools are available to us to make a substantial impact and get our brand out there?
Well, here's the thing about zero cost. First of all, I think that people have a time wrapping their head around the fact that something of quality, something that can really produce results, could actually be free. And let me explain why it is. There's a business model that has become very successful online known as the freemium model, which is, a blended word of premium plus free. And many companies have found that by offering something of high quality for free, that then a small percentage of those people will eventually, either upgrade, or the company makes money in other ways. The two biggest tools that you're already using in marketing that are free, and you don't even think about it, are Google and Facebook. We don't write checks to these companies, yet we drive a lot of traffic. We do all types of strategies in order to improve our presence on both Google and Facebook, and those are free tools. What I've done with zero-cost marketing is I've divided marketing into 25 different categories. So whether you're trying to learn how to add a blog to your campaign, or do social media, or you're trying to build a website or drive traffic, whatever it is that you're trying to do, I broke it down into 25 categories, and I go out and kick the tires on thousands of different tools that could be used and I've kind of sorted them through so that no matter which category you're thinking about, I have tools that cost zero in every category of marketing there is. And you can just put together an entire campaign using these tools and perhaps not have, hundreds of millions come in as we did. But what that does is it proves the concept. It proves you can do that. And I've done this and helped people do this everywhere from small local businesses to, small online businesses up through Fortune 500 companies and, of course, movies and authors and things of that nature.
Awesome. So give us an example of some of these tools. What are some of the best things we can use to kickstart?
Well, one that I think is really a wonderful tool is one called LaunchRock. And LaunchRock, it's available at launchrock.com, is a place that will allow you to set up a page to test an idea. You know how it is. You wake up in the morning, you've got an idea, and you're trying to think, wow, maybe this would be successful if I were to put this out. And it doesn't matter whether it's a product you're going to make or an info product or a new business, whatever. You've got an idea. You can go to LaunchRock and within about 15 to 20 minutes set up a page that allows you to test the idea. Before you go and spend a lot of time building out the product and doing all the things that you need to do, setting up websites and doing all of that, test it at LaunchRock first. And you can drive some traffic there, see if people are buying into your idea. And what's so cool about LaunchRock is if people come there, they see your idea, if they like it, they opt in, and LaunchRock provides them with viral tools so that they can share it with their connections. It allows you to find what I call your evangelist, people that are buying into your idea at an early phase. And if enough people buy into your idea, you can say, well, okay, this one's got running shoes. I could actually go ahead and complete this product. And once you've got it ready, you go back to these evangelists that you found through LaunchRock, and they become your initial marketers. They've already shared it. The system tells you who they've shared it with and who's sharing it the most. And it gives you beta testers. It gives you your initial, crowd of people to help you market. It's totally free. And here's the other thing. Some of your ideas are going to be duds. And if it's going to be a dud, find out straight away. In 15 or 20 minutes, you find out. And then you can just go on to the next one. I'll tell you this. I've had very successful campaigns. But it's just wacky crazy because sometimes the things I think will be the most successful are the duds. And the things I think won't work, like, for example, The Secret, end up bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars. You can find that out through LaunchRock, and indeed totally free, so no reason not to use it.
Awesome. Well, that's a money and a time saver right there. I mean, how many products are sitting around on shelves collecting dust right now because their originator thought, wow, wouldn't it be a great idea if I did X or Y? How many books are sitting in boxes in basements somewhere collecting dust and being eaten by worms because somebody thought I should write a book about such and such and I'm going to have masses and masses of sales and I'm going to make millions of dollars. You know, and I know, and most internet marketers know that, you've got to find the crowd first and then, create the solution, create the product, after
Correct.
you've found a need. So, and it's so much better. I mean, if you, and it drives you as well. I mean, if you've got 1,000 people lined up, putting their hand up saying, yes, if you create that product, I want it and I will buy it, that's motivation. So that sounds like an awesome tool right there.
Absolutely.
Dan, you're also pretty big on mobile marketing as well. Talk us through that.
Well, here's the thing about mobile. There's not a single person on the planet now that doesn't have some type of a mobile device. I used to talk about how it's growing and getting bigger and bigger. Well, listen, it's already there. If you're not doing mobile, you're missing at least 1/3 of your potential market. And probably more, and it's going to only increase. So you have to do mobile. Now, let's talk about what I mean by saying do mobile. You could have a mobile website, you could have a mobile app, you could do text messaging, you could do location-based social media like Foursquare and things of that nature. You could do QR codes where you can take a picture of a little checkerboard thing and it takes people to your mobile site. There's a lot of areas to pursue in the mobile landscape. However, the thing that you have to recognize is you've got to do, first things first. So let me just point you in the right directions. You do need a mobile website. You cannot allow technology to just squeeze your current desktop site down and hope that it works for your mobile visitors. And let me explain why. It may look okay on the screen, and you're thinking, wow, this is great. I don't have to build a mobile website. My iPhone does it for me. But the problem is the content on that page is not optimized for a person that's on the go. When a person is, walking down the street looking at their mobile device, or they're sitting on a bus or at the airport waiting for a plane or what have you, they have different needs and different time constraints. So you need to design a mobile site that focuses on a mobile user. They're not going to read 1,000-word articles. They're not going to deal with pull-down JavaScript menus and, all these ads and things of that nature. You've got to just, kind of boil everything that you're doing down to what would be of interest to a mobile user. So that's why you have to have a mobile website. They're easy to build. One I recommend is by a company called Conduit. And that's Conduit. Totally zero cost. You can set up a beautiful mobile website. Maybe take you 30 minutes, and you'll be good to go. The other areas, I won't spend as much time on it, but text messaging is the low-hanging fruit in mobile, meaning everyone has a telephone number and you can send a text message to them, and the open rate on text messages is like 98%. Yeah. I was trying to figure out who doesn't read text messaging, and I figured it out. They're dead people. Those are the only people that don't read text messages. So that's something else that you need to pursue. If you're building an email list, great, but there's a hole in your database, and that hole is the mobile phone number of your customer. So you need a system to take care of that. You need to start building lists in the text messaging area and pursue that as well. So those are the two things that you need to jump on right away in mobile, and you can do both of them at zero cost.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I must say I am very surprised at the underusage of mobile marketing, particularly text message marketing. I mean, how many emails are we bombarded with every day that it just becomes noise? Well, it is noise. And yet I know myself, if I get a text message, I have to look at it because it's like, oh, somebody wants me. What do they want?
Absolutely.
And I know that there's proximity type of marketing and that as well, which is not being utilised by local business. And what I mean by that is, if I'm walking through a shopping centre, the people that own the clothes shop that I was at last week should know that I'm in the shops and say, oh, hey, Brent, you're back here. Come and check out these new shoes or whatever. That's not being utilised. QR codes, I don't believe they're being utilised anywhere near the potential of what they could be as well. So watch this space, and I think it's going to boom, isn't it? And the people that are getting in now or getting in early and setting themselves up, I think they're going to position themselves very, very well to do well in the future. You were mentioning earlier, before we got on the show, that you've got some free resources, which obviously is awesome. If you're going to talk about how to make money with zero cost, then the last thing we want to do is pay you lots of money and say, well, I want to learn zero cost marketing. Here's $1,000. Let's get started. So you've got some zero cost tools. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I do. In fact, what I did is I put together a course. It's a very robust course. And it's being hosted over at Udemy, which is a place that allows you to set up courses and things for free. And so that in and of itself is a free resource. But let me give you the web address. It's ez.com/Udemy. And let me spell it for you. It's the letter E, the letter Z.com/UDEMY. So ez.com/Udemy. And what this is a very robust course where I walk you through all of the important elements of setting up a marketing campaign so that you can learn A to Z things that you need to do. And I show you the tools. I show you how to set them up. It's about, I think it's about 6 hours of training.
Wow.
Very high end, very high quality. Even has Q&As to help you to learn the material. And as you said, totally zero cost. It's free to attend. No reason not to. It is one of the most popular courses they have over at Udemy. And also, I think I've got like about 100 5-star reviews. So go over there, enjoy that, and if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me through Udemy to ask questions as well.
Well, Dan, I'll put the address at the bottom of this video as well, so obviously people can just click on it. So if you're watching this video now, click on the link. That's awesome. Now, Dan, you're a genuine guy. I get that. You are teaching zero cost marketing strategies, and there are a lot of people that teach zero cost marketing, but they charge you for it. So go figure. So you're giving away some high quality content now. As much as a good guy you obviously are, you've still got to pay your bills. So no doubt there are other tools and resources that you offer to people that want to take it to the next level. What have you got available for that?
I do. You'll actually be introduced to those as you go through the Udemy course. But if you're looking to jump to kind of the mother lode of zero cost, what I did is I put together two desk references, and I call them desk references, but they actually reside on your desktop, and each of them contains literally hundreds and hundreds of tools and how-to. I have one desk reference which I update every month, and it has hundreds of zero-cost tools, and the other is a desk reference that has hundreds of how-tos, the trainings and what have you, of all the kinds of stuff that you can do. Together, about 500 pages of evergreen content literally knocks the floor off of paying money for tools and learning. You can get everything for free. I do charge for those. It's a small monthly fee because I update it every month. Those are available at zerocostmarketingsecrets.com/0. So again, zerocostmarketingsecrets.com/0. And you can get the double set desk references for zero cost.
Awesome. So, Dan, who do you target? I mean, who can take advantage of this? Are we talking about people that have kind of new to, using a computer, they're in a brick and mortar business and they want to get online, or are we talking about the internet developers who kind of know what they're doing? What's your market?
It's not for developers that know what they're doing, even though they could benefit. This is for people who are beginners, people that maybe are just getting going and are already spending some money on tools, and you're thinking, wow, it's hard to make money when you're spending money. Let me give you a number, to underscore what I'm saying. The average well-rounded campaign costs $534 per month in order to run it. In other words, if you add up your autoresponder and building a website and a mobile site and your text message and blogging and, your search engine optimization, you add all of that stuff up, and on average, it's about $534. I've done analysis after having worked with literally thousands of businesses and students. So the idea here is, hey, let's get rid of that $534 and bring it down to zero, because then if I try to market something and it doesn't work, at least I didn't lose any money.
Sure.
Okay? So that's the idea. But who does it work for? It works for any niche, works for any product, whether it's an online product or, an offline product. Authors have used it. Obviously, movie makers have used it. Literally, there's not anything it doesn't work for. And it's just a matter of when you decide to do something in marketing, first check out what's available at zero cost and make a determination if that's going to do the job for you. Then you can decide if you want to go out and pay money for tools. I don't recommend you just go dump all of your tools. You may have some things that are working for you really well, and there are some tools I pay for. But I suggest that you check out the zero cost stuff first, see if that's going to get you where you need to go, and then if not, then you can go over and pay for tools. That's fine. Also, one other word on zero cost. It doesn't necessarily stay at zero forever. In other words, as you start a campaign, it might cost you zero in the beginning, but once it starts working and you start bringing in revenues, you'd be a fool not to take some of the profits and put them back into your campaign to make it even bigger. And at that point, then you can pull out the heavy artillery and perhaps spend some money on advertisement and things of that nature. But don't do it in the beginning. It's not necessary. And I've done this now for about 8 years with extraordinary success, and there's not any reason anyone listening to me today couldn't do the same.
Awesome, and it makes perfect sense. And you know, how many times do we see people who you know, think that you know, they try maybe setting up a Google AdWords campaign, and you know, they throw $100 at it and it doesn't work, so they think, well, let's throw another 100 or let's throw 1,000, and well, obviously we're not spending enough money. Look, you know, if you can't make it work with $10, then don't throw 100 at it. Certainly don't throw 1,000 at it. Dan, you know, you're certainly the real deal, and it's a no-brainer. I mean, you're teaching us zero-cost strategies that are going to, you know, help us make money in our business. You're giving us this information at zero cost. It's a no-brainer. We've got to come to your site and we've got to check it out. We've got to download the stuff. Dan, it's been awesome having you on the show. Really appreciate your success stories and certainly the strategies that you shared with us here today. And my suggestion and recommendation is, you know, folk at home that are watching this video, you know, if you want to learn the real zero cost marketing strategies that come from the guy that has taken a zero budget and you know, turned into a $300 million launch, I think you know, it'd be fair to say you'll be able to teach us a thing or two.
Oh, and I'd love to. So yeah, check it out. And
yeah.
You know, have fun. You know what? Here's the funniest testimonial I ever got on this is a guy went through the program and came back. He said, Dan, this is spouse approved. I went out and told my spouse that, you know, there's a guy who's going to show me how to do all my marketing for zero cost. And she turned around and said, well, why didn't you do that $10,000 ago?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. How easy is it? Because the last thing you want to do is go back to your spouse and say, oh, honey, I'm still trying to make this internet marketing thing work. I've just bought another $100 ebook and I've signed up to another $300 course. Look, you know, we just want the stuff that works. And if we can get it at zero cost and then add to it, then, you know, you'll be our new best friend. Dan, thanks heaps for coming onto the show. Really appreciate it. I'm going to put the links on here, and suggest that folk go and check it out. Grab your resources and work with you. So, Dan, thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, you too.
Awesome. Thank you.